What's up, guys? Bang, bang. Lunch money time. Well, while she's trying to get rich, the rest of us just trying to get our lunch money right. I'm here with the beautiful, intelligent Polina Marinova. She's got on that stupid Georgia
You can't see it.
shirt.
Stop talking.
Well, listen, don't wear dumb things. Go Gators. Don't forget, Lunch Money is now sponsored by BlockFi. 3 products: buy and sell crypto, deposit crypto or stable coin, and receive a US dollar loan. Or you can deposit crypto or stable coin and earn up to 8.6% APY. BlockFi.com/lunchmoney. Go check them out. Get money, get paid. What's up?
So
happy 4th of July, everyone in the US.
It's July 3rd.
I know, but you could still say it because it's the weekend.
No.
It's a holiday weekend. Actually, yes.
It's
yes.
July 3rd. Okay, jobs.
Happy 4th of July, everyone. Go ahead. What's going on with jobs?
Employers added a record 4.8 million jobs last month as the economy continued to slowly bounce back from a deep and painful coronavirus recession. But this is a little misleading because this number is outdated, as now some states are seeing an increase in cases, so it may bounce back again. Not bounce back, bounce whatever.
I don't believe none of the numbers.
Why?
I don't believe the unemployment numbers. I don't believe the adding jobs back numbers. None of this stuff. And watching the week-to-week numbers is, I think, directionally can give you some idea. There probably was some jobs added back, but at the same time, they go back and they readjust these numbers. Sometimes they literally readjust it by hundreds of thousands or millions, depending on the size of it. And so it's just a thing where, look, we know that the economy is reopening. Obviously, if companies fired people, now they're reopening, they're gonna have to bring some people back. That's great. But there's still a massive net loss of jobs in the United States. We're hovering somewhere in the 12 to 14% unemployment rate. And that's the official number. So if you look at the unofficial number, we're probably closer to 20%, if not more. And my general sense is that we're going to stay above 10% unemployment for the considerable future, because most of these small businesses aren't coming back.
So you don't believe Trump when he said our economy is roaring back? It's coming back extremely strong?
Are you spending more money?
I spent a good amount of money online.
Yeah, but restaurants are opening. Look at New York City right now. Is it opening? Yeah, of course. So of course there's going to be economic activity, but we're nowhere near where we were pre-pandemic.
That's true.
Like this whole idea of like, oh, we bounced off the bottom. Okay, great. All I care about is how long does it take to get back to just where we were, and then we can get growth.
Yeah.
All of this kind of like, oh, you know, there's a 50% growth. It's like when a startup pitches us and they're like, oh, we've grown 300% month over month. And you're like, okay.
300%, by the way, means nothing. Just say tripled, quadrupled.
Well, just, okay, we tripled month over month. Great. How many users did you have? And they're like, oh, well, we started out with 10. It's like, all right, so now you got 30. Congratulations. That's great. But I don't care, because you're growing from such a small number that it should be way bigger growth. Same thing here is like literally, remember the movie industry, perfect example. $200 million in revenue in a single week in the US box office in March of 2019. In 2020, they did $5,000. So for them to go from $5,000 to $1 million, yeah, you could sit there and celebrate, oh, look at this huge percentage increase, but you're still doing 99% less than you were doing before.
Right.
And so it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, as a reporter, a lot of founders used to be like, oh, I can't share revenue, but I can tell you we grew 100% year over year. And I'm like, that literally tells me absolutely nothing. You could have had $10. Like
exactly. What's going on with Lemonade?
Lemonade yesterday priced its initial public offering at $29 a share and wound up soaring nearly 140%. To finish Thursday above $69. The company raised nearly $320 million from the stock sale. Okay, so this is some positive news for a company going public in 2020.
No.
Why?
This is a crime.
Why?
This is literally criminal type stuff. Not actually a crime. Just so before people freak out, it's not actually a crime. But here's what ends up happening. I wrote about it today, about the IPO process being broken. There's people way smarter than me that have been talking about this way longer. So these necessarily aren't original thoughts. But the whole idea is, as a company, you're selling shares to raise capital. And so what you end up doing is they sold it for $29 a share. But when it goes and more than doubles, that means they left a bunch of money on the table. So what they ended up doing is I think they raised around $300 million. But if they had priced the IPO correctly, where it ended up trading, then they would have raised over $700 million.
Right.
So they left. So hold on. No, it's not. The difference is a $450 million difference they only had about $540 million on their balance sheet already. So they would have nearly doubled their balance sheet capital just with the difference between where they priced the IPO and where it actually traded. And what ends up happening is that investment bankers and their clients are financially incentivized to buy the stock at the IPO price as low as possible. The company is incentivized to buy it at the highest price possible, or to sell at the highest price possible. But the investment bankers have all the power because they do this every single day, right? Like this is their job. The founder's probably going to take a company public one time. And so the power structure's off. So what ends up happening is the traditional IPO process is going to go away. People are going to do direct listings. They're going to do reverse takeovers. Like they're just going to get out of this game where yesterday there literally was a $450 million mistake in the market. $450 million, Lemonade made a mistake. They didn't price the IPO correctly.
I don't know. It's just so hard to know because if they mispriced it, then in the other direction, you'd be like, oh,
it would be good for the company. No, that's the whole thing.
Well,
if they priced it too high, they would raise money and then the stock price would drop, but they still would get the capital. Yeah. So if you're going to miss by pricing it too high rather than too low.
I don't know. Just do a direct listing.
Okay. Yeah, direct listing solves all this. So does reverse takeover.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. What's going on with Bezos?
Jeff Bezos, thanks to Amazon's stock price yesterday, his wealth set a new record. He's worth nearly $172 billion, the richest person in the world, and that's because he owns roughly 57 million shares or 12% of Amazon.
Just so we're clear, he's the richest man in the world, and he still gave his ex-wife $30 billion. Think about that for a second. She took 25% of his Amazon stock. It was about $30 billion at the time, if I remember correctly. And so even though he lost 25% of his wealth and gave his ex-wife $30 billion, he still got $170 billion, which means that if he hadn't done that, he'd have $200 billion.
Okay.
Dude's balling.
She also set a new record. She's now worth $57 billion, making her the 12th richest person in the world. It's huge.
Her wealth is up 54% year to date. Over the last 2 years, it's up about $50 billion.
So she's not selling.
Of course not. Why would she sell? What is she going to do with it?
I'd sell it all. I'd be like, you want to divorce me? I'm selling all your shit, including my shit.
But he's
I know, I get it.
One of the best founders in the world and the best companies. Like, it's going to keep growing.
I don't care. If you divorce me.
You would do that out of spite?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would have been a $27 billion mistake.
I don't care. I don't need your blood money.
Is it blood money?
Yes.
I think it's just Amazon money.
I think it's blood money. Okay, Pizza Hut.
But there's no blood involved.
No,
there's just
you don't
dick
get
pics.
The point. Oh my God. This devolved quickly. Pizza Hut. So NPC International, the largest Pizza Hut franchisee in the United States and an operator of almost 400 Wendy's locations, filed for bankruptcy yesterday. Wow. So we got Chuck E. Cheese, we got Pizza Hut, we got, what was the other one that filed for bankruptcy?
A bunch of them. Look,
I mean,
the coronavirus thing definitely helps. But this company has like $1 billion in debt.
Well, yeah, that's not.
They have $1 billion in debt. What are you doing getting $1 billion in debt? Here's the problem. Debt is good until it's not. It helps you grow. It's awesome. Whatever. All the positive aspects of being able to use leverage.
The economy screeches to a halt and you're like.
And you get wrecked. That's what happened. They got wrecked. They had $1 billion in debt. Coronavirus forced them to shut down their stores. Cash flow dried up, right? And they claimed that food costs are rising. Like, get out of here. That has nothing to do with you going bankrupt. The fact that you have $1 billion in debt and your cash flow got shut off. And so what they could have done, I'm assuming they tried to do, is go find equity or debt investors to invest to try to refinance or get capital.
They're all about that.
Of course. Well, that's what you have to do. Or you file for bankruptcy like these guys did. I mean, it's basically your options, right?
I guess they gave up.
Are you yawning?
Sorry, I don't know. You're a little tiring.
Oh my God. All right. Don't get $1 billion of debt and have your cash flow shut off, and then you won't file for bankruptcy. I have no mercy for these people.
Well, I mean, it's still Pizza Hut.
No. Pizza Hut isn't filing for bankruptcy. It's a company that owns franchises of Pizza Hut and Wendy's and a bunch of other places.
My bad.
Yeah, you're bad.
Okay.
Don't worry. I may be tiring, but I read the internet. I'm smart.
Are you saying I'm not smart?
I didn't say that. I just said that you didn't understand the nuances of this situation, and therefore I wanted to help explain it to you.
Some might call that mansplain.
Or some might just call it explain. Either way, that's
Okay.
fine. What's going on with the baby incubator? It's my favorite story.
Yeah, I didn't want to put this on here, but he made me. So basically,
It's important.
I think they have developed it. I don't think it's actually working, but a baby incubator that allows you to grow a baby outside of the womb.
It's basically
an artificial womb.
Artificial womb. But my favorite part about this is that it looks super space agey, like a little Jetson style. It sits over in the corner on a stand, and they think that you're going to put like the fetus in the artificial womb. And then literally in their like marketing video, they have a cord that runs to a guy's desk, and he's got a microphone, and it's like, you can speak to the fetus. And he's sitting there and he's like talking into it. And then it literally is a microphone into the thing. It's kind of crazy, but like, do you think that this is going to be in the future?
Yes, I actually do.
Same.
I listened to a podcast episode with Tim Urban, who writes Wait But Why, and he said that his biggest prediction is that in the future, pregnancy is going to be a thing of the past, like something only the hippies do. Like, who the hell is actually using their body to, because it's really, I mean, it's tough on your body. And it's like, it's the future, and the modern people are going to be like, oh, I just grow my baby outside of myself. And then the people who are like super hipster and whatever, they're going to be like, I'm doing a natural pregnancy. So I think that will happen.
So we're going to have like little alien babies running around?
Little alien babies? They're not alien babies. They're just,
they were grown in a lab. Lab grown babies.
They're like the Beyond Meat of.
Yeah, it's like a lab grown baby.
What's the other one? Not Beyond Meat.
Yeah, and that's pretty dope. As long as it's safe, right? Obviously, you got to make sure.
Yeah, because you don't have to give birth. Like Kim Kardashian.
Guys don't have to deal with morning sickness with their wives and stuff. Just saying.
Kim Kardashian would love this. Okay.
Why? Well, and by the way, I just want to
use the surrogate.
Yeah, the surrogate is basically like the original artificial womb.
No, it's not an artificial.
No, it is.
It's a real womb. It's just somebody else's.
I understand, but that's like an artificial womb, basically. It's because like the woman doesn't want to have the kid, so they get somebody else to do it. But basically, what's the difference between getting somebody else to do it versus using the artificial womb? They're both artificial to the woman.
Okay.
Just saying.
Carole Baskin.
You think the kids would have issues growing in the lab?
See, okay, here's what I think.
Just imagine rappers in like 40 years going to be like, that's right. I was born in the lab. They cooked me up in the lab.
No, that's only. But I will say, I think so. What they say is like, for example, when you do a surrogate pregnancy, somebody else having the baby. That person, because they're going through that process, they bond with the child a lot. And I think sometimes it's like hard for the surrogate to give the baby away, et cetera, even though it's not there.
Fat checks they're getting.
So what I'm saying is, I think that the growing babies in labs might actually not have the same connection between the mother and the child.
How much do you think a surrogate gets paid?
I do not know.
Over under $25,000.
Probably more.
You think so?
Yes.
Damn.
Hey, you're putting your body through hell.
We could get cash that way. I can't do it.
Anthony,
I was cooked in the lab. Okay, what's going on with Carole Baskin?
I'm never speaking to you again.
Carole fucking Baskin.
For $169, you can now get Carole Baskin to give you or your friend a shout out on Cameo. Her bio says, "You know me as Tiger King, Joe Exotic's intended murder victim, but my real life's work has been at Big Cat Rescue for a world where all wild cats live free. Please be a voice for cats. BigCatAct.com."
She's a fraud.
She forgot.
She's a fraud.
Hello, you cool cats and kittens.
She's a fraud.
Why?
She doesn't have anything about wild cats being free. She literally has animals in cages. The Big Cat Rescue is no different than the original zoo that Joe Exotic had.
Why is she only charging $169? Also, that's a very specific amount.
$169?
Why don't you just charge like $1,000 for this? You're Carole fucking Baskin.
Because no one's going to pay $1,000. Carole Baskin doesn't matter.
Yes, she does.
No, it doesn't.
She does.
It was cool, but Carole Baskin's 15 minutes of fame is already over.
I don't think
it's over.
But
nobody cares.
She's using the platform.
How many has she done? She's done what? 3?
No, a lot.
Okay, so she's probably made $1,000 on here. Good for Carole Baskin.
I think she's doing a lot.
I still think she murdered her husband. That's my personal.
Will you stop? Look at her hair
Just saying.
crown.
Okay, what's going on with lunch money? What do we want people to do today? Oh, we went fast today. 15 minutes. Nice.
All right, lunch money.
What do you want people to do?
Ooh, okay.
This is gonna be not smart.
Maybe my favorite joke or your favorite joke. Your favorite joke with a link to lunch money.
Tweet. So you have to tell them how to do it. You have to say, take the URL, go tweet a link to the URL, use hashtag lunch money, and include your favorite joke of Polina's this week.
No. Your favorite joke.
Oh, your favorite joke. Tell us your favorite joke,
Exactly.
and the funniest one will get $100 for lunch money.
Perfect.
$100, you can go get dinner with your friends.
Extra points if the joke involves making fun
You
of
can
men.
buy drugs. You can do whatever you want with the money. We don't care. What?
Do not buy drugs.
Okay, well, she doesn't want you to buy drugs.
Drugs are bad. Me
personally, I think that we should decriminalize all drugs, but that's fine.
Oh my God.
Just saying.
Okay.
All right, what else? Anything else?
My joke.
What's your joke?
No, I'm mad at you, and it's not going to be funny.
Fine.
Why don't scientists trust atoms?
Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they always split up.
No, because like you, they make everything up.
No, it's because they make up everything.
Exactly.
Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything?
Yeah.
You've had better.
No, that's a good one.
Nah. That
It's a
one.
good one.
What?
Anthony's honest.
Yo, come over here real quick. I got my one brother here. If you guys want to meet him,
He's sporting
he
the
looks
profile.
real cool.
I got the mustache going.
He's got a mustache. Look at him go.
Profile.
read the profile.
Thank you, Joe.
He's got that mustache looking like a version of either Tom Selleck or who else maybe? Who's the guy in Chips with the aviators who rides the motorcycle for the California Highway Patrol? Eric Estrada, I think it is. Looking like a mix between Tom Selleck and Eric Estrada. He thinks he looks like Groucho Marx. I think he might look like something else. I ain't gonna say it though. It's fine.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, that's it, guys. That's it for lunch money this week. Well, while she's trying to get rich, the rest of us just trying to get our lunch money right. Hopefully, Polina makes it back next week after she's annoyed that I just called out Carole Baskin because it was Carole fucking Baskin. See you.
Bang, bang. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Lunch Money as much as we did.
And don't forget, Lunch Money is now sponsored by BlockFi, so go check them out. There's a link in the description that you can click on. I'm an investor, a user, and a huge fan. What?
You're a bigger fan of BlockFi than you are of me?
BlockFi is my second favorite thing in the world behind Polina. They've got 3 products. They can give you a US dollar loan. You can earn up to 8.6% interest on an interest-bearing account, or you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies on their crypto exchange. I personally use the interest-bearing account. There's not very many places where you'll find up to 8.6% interest on a deposit in an interest-bearing account. Go do your own research. There's risk associated, but 8.6% is pretty compelling. So click on the link in the description. Say thanks to the folks at BlockFi. Subscribe to our channel. Like the video. Annoy Polina in the comments. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
And be kind to your friends.